All right, guys, welcome back. So on this episode, we're going to be doing another series take on the Bunker Buster series, which actually got a lot of likes. I think in one day it ended up getting like 400 views, so it was a big hit. So I think you guys liked it. So on this episode, we're going to be doing SMG run, and we're going to see which one can bust the bunker the fastest, right? So the first we're going to start out with is the Dawn SMG. And if you guys have not already, please subscribe. Please hit that button right now. Please hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Leave a comment below. We are at 880 subscribers, guys. We are almost to 1,000. And I think once we get to 1,000, we'll do another giveaway just to celebrate. It's been a long haul, guys, but together we've actually, I think we're going to actually pull this off. So again, thank you all for the support. And here we go. So we are using the Dawn SMG. We are in the southeast zone, and we're just going to do a complete loot run here and see how this goes. And then our second weapon, when we get done doing the full run, we will go back just like before, and we will reset and equip our new gun, and then we'll compare the two. So I'm not really looking for ammo. I'm just looking for scrap here. And when we get done, we will also include all of the items we get into the Rags for Riches video. And if you guys haven't checked that video out, we'll be doing that in like a day or two. So we are still taking donations. If you guys want to, be part of that, feel free to donate 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, a million, whatever you guys want to throw to that. And we'll help out someone that's, needs the money. And it's a really cool thing we're doing for the community, guys. The people that we have actually donated to have made a lot of progress, so it's helped them out a ton. And if you've been playing Dead Frontier, you know what that's like starting out. It can be very difficult. So we're playing with a 25% damage boost. There is a 30% attack speed boost going on for the weekend. So it's unfortunate because it makes it kind of deceiving when you're testing weapons like this. But again, our other weapon we test is going to have the same buff, so realistically it won't really affect the outcome, but it does make the weapons appear better than they actually are, if that makes sense. So we're just going to keep going through the bunker and see how smooth it goes. Is it difficult to loot? Is it difficult to kill? Things like that. And then at the end we will compare both items. So the Dawn SMG, I actually didn't use it for a very long time until just recently. And it's pretty strong. I really like the 999 round capacity. Nice amethyst pickup. And if you guys like these bunker busters, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what video you guys have liked the most. I think my Wasteland videos are probably the most popular one I have, but this Bunker Buster one actually did very well, so I think it might give it a run for its money. I think it's good to compare an item in the same scenario doing the same thing that you would actually be doing with it. So like for example, this is an item that you would have down here in the southeast zone. Now for looting purposes you might be using a pistol or rifle or melee. But overall, I mean, this is where the gun would be used at, so I think it's a viable option to bring it down here and test it. I'll try not to talk too much so you guys can actually hear and, see some of the gameplay. And again, it does shoot fast, guys, but just remember that it is shooting fast, but there's a 30% speed boost for the weekend event, okay? You got to keep that in mind. And one thing I have a habit of is whenever I kill an enemy like that, it's a habit for me just to reload. And believe it or not, that can get you killed reloading so much, because of course you're going to reload when you don't have to, and it's going to eventually end up killing you. And I died recently because of that, to be honest. You know, I do play a lot. I am level 415. I do have a lot of items, but it is very easy to die. All it takes is one hit, literally. So if you are playing down here in the southeast zone and you die, you know, don't feel bad. It happens to the best of us. It's okay to die. It's just part of the game. So far, Dawn SMG is pulling its weight. Not really having any issues. I can tell it is an in-game item just by the way it's playing. Again, I have a 25% damage boost, so really not even much of a damage boost. I've been running my implants with the $100 million setup that we all built. And if you haven't seen that video, go check out that video. It explains, you know, what implants you should get, and it gives you a whole set of implants that cost $100 million in total, and it will get you all the way to level 220. If you guys haven't subscribed, you know, again, please hit that button for me. I greatly appreciate it. It goes a very long way, and we need 120 more guys, and we reach our goal. And that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for us to achieve that. It's something we've worked very hard for I would say, heck, a year or so, guys. But we're almost there. We're at the finish line, guys. I think the last 28 days we've gotten like 228 new subscribers. So if it's anything like that, we shouldn't have but another month or so. I know there's so many people that play Dead Frontier, so our options are limited. It's not like, you know, this game has millions of players. But with us each doing our part, you know, me making content, you guys giving me ideas, and you guys, you know, liking and sharing the videos, I can tell you this: we are expanding the Dead Frontier audience. I get comments all the time about how people are coming. Actually, I got one, I think one or two today, with people saying they just started playing again. So, and some people haven't been here for a long time. So, you guys are making a difference. Just keep it up. Biomass, don't need that. Gas, don't need that. And again, I'm not looting down here to really get items. I'm just doing this for testing purposes. But I wanted to put implants on that were achievable for everybody. This thing is quick. That 30% boost is crazy. Ouch, that hurt. I'm lucky I didn't die there. Dried truffles, we'll eat those. Don't need that. So we're up to 8 minutes. Just trying to keep an eye on the time here. We might get a horde because we're using an SMG. Typically SMGs aren't that bad, but they can cause hordes. That's why a lot of people stick to quiet weapons, melee, pistol, rifle. They don't have as high of chance of causing hordes. I will say, I wish... Now, with looting, I would like to kill in 1 or 2 hits. Oh, nice pickup. But I wish this would kill a little faster. Again, I don't have a lot of damage boosts on, so I expect that, but I wish it would just kill a tiny bit faster. Don't want that. Pick that up. So we've almost finished our first run. And really, that was actually pretty quick. I like the knockback. The knockback is very nice. 24/6, not bad. And the mag size is very, very nice. It's almost like a minigun, to be honest. Just because of how many rounds it holds. And like I said, you know, if you didn't have another option, I could definitely see this being a gun that you bring down here. I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing hordes with it, I can tell you that, unless I had like a lot more damage boost. But I feel confident, you know, doing stuff like this with it. So we just looted, and it only took us 10 minutes to loot the full building. And there's my horde. I just called that. Okay. So now we're going to go in here. Oops. And if you didn't know, there must be a boss in this block, because when I went out, if you guys noticed, my horde went away. If you join a block with a boss or bandits or something like that, it'll take your horde away. So that's a big tip for you guys. So let's go ahead and barricade. Let's go ahead and go in the outpost. Let's put this stuff in storage. We need to repair. So thoughts overall, the Dawn SMG, I think it's okay. Wasn't bad. I wasn't blown away by it. I would prefer to loot with the Serpent Fangs that we reviewed previously, or the Flesh Seeker. But I mean, this was all right. For coming down here, it did okay. And we're going to see what the contestant is. So that was the Dawn SMG. And its contestant is going to be the Gut Stitcher. So, the Gut Stitcher versus the Dawn SMG. And we're going to leave the same implants on. We're going to need a... Do I have one on me? We're going to need a plank and nail. So, let me grab that. Nail, or plank and nails. Got it. Let's go ahead and craft that into a setup here. What the hell? Okay. Alright, now we can barricade. Everything's repaired. Alright, let's get back to it. So, the Gut Stitcher, it's a newer weapon. It was actually pretty decently priced. So I'd say they're comparable, but the one benefit of the Gut Stitcher, it doesn't have the mag size like the Dawn SMG, but it does have a feature where if you kill an enemy, it doesn't explode. And I believe every hit crits with it. So that's another thing you can think about, like if you're making a build, or no, it doesn't. Well, maybe every hit doesn't crit. But the enemies, they don't explode. And actually, let me see something. Let's look at this. Yeah, always critical hits. Okay. So it does always crit. And it has 50% PvE, whereas the Dawn SMG had 100%. So that is going to make a little bit of a difference. We'll see how this goes. But as I was saying, since this gun always crits, the one thing you have to think about is, depending on your build, you can essentially save points by not having to put any points in critical hit. So like if you're using this in a mag storm, you wouldn't have to worry about critical hits at all. So to be honest, I'm trying to see if I feel like I'm killing them faster, but it's very hard to tell. I would say it's very similar as of right now. A12, that's a nice pickup. I'll tell you what, this Rags to Riches, the next episode we do, whoever wins this one is going to have a nice pot. I'm going to say probably 30 to 35 million if I had to guess. Maybe not, maybe 30, but anyway, they're going to have a nice pot. Alpha Bowl. Those 40k fines are nice. Don't want the trench coat. Nice, 788. Almost. Almost GC. I do feel like it takes a little while to kill, actually. I would say it's a little slower than the Dawn. But also the Dawn SMG, it has 100% armor penetration, so that does play a factor. Oh, we missed one. Don't care, don't want that. And I will say, with it being SMGs, you know, they're not the strongest weapons because they're not really meant to be. But I would say the Dawn SMG, having the availability of having 999 rounds and no reload, doesn't sound like much, but it's actually a huge help because you can't do enough damage. And if you have a horde, you do not want to be reloading. Not with one of these. I almost feel like neither of them have enough firepower to be down here. That makes sense. I mean, you really got to peg these guys. I mean, look at this. I'm just sitting here slaying them, but you got to keep the fire on them. Grinder. Biomass, don't want that. And a lot of people say the Gut Stitcher, they say it's when you put some damage boosts on it, that it can really, you know, go eat through some enemies, which I believe it can. But I wouldn't think that it would be doing much better than the, if any better, than the Dawn SMG. I can't remember if it was in our weapon review or not, to be honest. Oh, I about got smacked right there, guys. And I appreciate all the feedback you guys have been leaving me. Been getting a lot of comments on the videos. I love that. Thank you guys for being, you know, engaging with me. Thanks for the ideas. A lot of the content comes from you guys, so greatly appreciate all of you. And again, if you have any recommendations or things like that, please let me know. Don't be shy. And join our Discord. A link in the description below. Everybody's very nice. We got like 200 members. Very active. 100% free. Doesn't cost you a dime. And then also subscribe for me. Hit that subscribe button. We're up to 180 subscribers, guys. Almost to, or 880 subscribers. Pardon me. Almost there to the 1,000. And I need your support, please. So please help me out. I try to make these videos maybe not daily, but pretty daggone close. And the only thing I ask is just please help me out by hitting that button for me. Don't need that. Desert Fox, that's nice. Nice little chunk of change. And yeah, I could definitely, if you don't have like max reload speed, I could definitely see that being an issue down here. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to have to rely on this for a horde. You could probably do it, but with a low damage boost like what I have, again, this is an implant setup I made for under $100 million, and you could probably do it, but it would be a little stressful, if that makes sense. Chris Victor, nice find. We're finding all kinds of ammo. And I guess that's the other good thing. They both use .55 ammo. And down at the southeast zone, you're not going to have any issues finding that. So you'll be able to keep your weapon pretty well locked and loaded. Anything down here? Nope. I would say they're very similar though, as far as damage goes, speed goes. And again, guys, when you go to use one of these, just remember that there is a 30% speed attack speed event going on right now, so you probably won't shoot as fast. Take the cash, that's for sure. Don't want that. Heck, we're loading up on .55. Don't want energy cells. See, like enemies like this, big clusters, this is where it struggles. It's good for, like, you know, your one-offs, but when there's a group of enemies, it just doesn't have enough penetrating power or kill speed, at least with these buffs, at least these boosts I have on. You can tell it's struggling to get through the hordes here. I would much rather have the pistols or the rifle from our last reveal. Serpent Fangs. Ah, damn it, I got stuck on that fence. Serpent Fangs or Flesh Seeker. Don't want that. So, and it was but 22 minutes is where we're at, but the first run took 8 minutes. We had to put on a weapon and all that stuff, so, and we're at 22 minutes. So realistically, they both finished about the same time. So let's go back here, let's barricade and talk about this. And like I said, guys, when you barricade, watch for that. I'm always waiting on that. Alright. Go ahead and put our stuff up. Alright, so let's look at this. Alright, so we got the Gut Stitcher. And we have the Dawn SMG, right? So let's just see here. Crafting. Weapon. Or actually, what am I doing here? Oh, I can't show you. Well, let me do it in here. Hang on. I want to show you something here. Oh, that's why I went to pistols. Sorry, guys. That's one thing about this site, man, when you use the wiki. There's so many pop-ups. Alright, Dawn SMG, here we go. So it has 100% PvE armor penetration, which helps tremendously, guys. But to craft it, it's $5 million. I didn't see it in the crafting menu. $5 million, an SMG blueprint, Dawn SMG blueprint, and 7 EXP parts. So let's see how much this actually costs here. So resources, let's go to marketplace. Dawn SMG blueprints, 500k. How much are experimental parts? 5 million. I needed 5, so 35 million to get those. So we'll say 36 million with the blueprint plus 5, so 40 million in a real. So it's going to cost you about $41 million, okay, to make the Dawn SMG. All right, now let's say you want the Gut Stitcher. Gut Stitcher, 43 million. So you're looking very similar at price here. DPS wise, you're looking at let's see here, 449 at 124 reloading, so 450-ish, or you're looking at 500-ish, 400-ish, 500-ish. So very close. They're 480. They're very close, guys. My opinion, when we were playing, I felt more comfortable with the Dawn because of the mag size, and then I also liked that it has 100% armor penetration. So that's just my 2 cents. But if you watch the video, you know, you guys can kind of make your own judgment. I just felt the feel of the Dawn SMG was better than the Gut Stitcher. You know, maybe that would change with more damage boost or something like that. But I think because of the Horde and being in the Southeast Zone, having 999 ammo is going to be way better than having a small mag. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. And again, this was our second Bunker Buster series. So let me know if you guys want to see more of these. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate you guys watching. Really love doing this stuff, guys. So please keep giving me ideas and content. Join our Discord. Would love to see you guys there. And until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.